Showtime.
Yo, what is up guys? It is Lost Griff. Welcome back to another video. This is just another commentary video that kind of, I feel like, introduces a kind of interesting dynamic for you guys. Now see, this is one thing I've been saying for a really long time and kind of want to speak about. And it's my take on healing, because a lot of people, wonder why I'm a little bit more of an offensive player. I support, more of an offensive play style in a card game because it's more fun for me personally. But there's reasons for it. It's not just because I, feel like everything should be aggressive. There's always a fun part of playing slowly and strategically, which is why people play schools like Balance, like Ice or Life. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people want to play that slow game. You know what I mean? And end up winning despite having less damage. But I kind of wanted to explain my problem with healing and how Life will kind of always either struggle or flourish. And honestly just kind of address that. So here we go. So if you guys don't know, right now in Wizard101 we currently deal with a problem where I feel like a lot of us kind of refuse to use healing as a kind of technique and important part of the game, even though it's actually a really fun and interesting dynamic for Wizard101. I feel like healing kind of deals with this different stigma, even though it's just as hard or just as easy as playing a different school or playing a less, a less defensive setup. Anybody can agree that playing offensively is just as good as playing, or just as skill ceiling as playing defensively. Because there's a smart way to play offensively and there's a bad way to play offensively, and I feel like people forget that there's also a way you can play defensively very badly, and a lot of people, have ways of doing that. Like for example, Balances who don't know how to use the most of their utility, or Ice who only spam shields and doesn't get any damage out, you know what I mean, and end up losing because they're not trading right. So overall, I feel like there should be a reward in playing defensively. So this is my problem with healing, right? So right now healing either does too much or too little. Now, last meta we saw how much it did. Whenever you were running hybrid, it did the perfect amount it should be doing. Healing should realistically be doing about, let's say, 1600 per satyr. Let's say, on average. So per satyr should probably be every, probably about 1600, give or take. And now that shads are gone, I feel like it should be like 1200, 1300. And I think that's fair. But right now it's even hard to get that kind of number. And even then, it's not even worth it because of the multiplier. So spells like Dryad aren't really worth it anymore. So now that now that shads are removed and stuff like that, it's really hard to find the right healing per pip number, because you heal 960, but you don't even get incoming in your stats, so you don't even get that much out of it. You know what I mean? So, and also you can't even carry the heals on the TC anymore, which kind of shows how hard it is to make healing work in your side deck, and make it fit in your deck. So overall, I mean, I feel like healing, there's a point where it did do way too much whenever you weren't running hybrid, but my point was just I feel like there's no way you can make hybrid healing work without making full healing broken, if that makes sense. So previously, whenever hybrid healing has been good, jading has been super OP, if you guys remember that. Yo, I just wanted to stop the video real quick to make sure that you are subscribed to the Lost Griff channel. I upload almost every single day, and I try to stay as active as I can on my YouTube. So I'd appreciate if you guys dropped a sub, because only this amount of people are actually subscribed to my channel. So real quick, before this intermission ends, I'd appreciate if you guys go drop a sub real quick. Anyway, back to the video. Historically, whenever healing was really good, people will find strategies where they can Jade instead of running hybrid with it. Like, there's people who literally will run a full Jade setup, which basically has a shit ton of incoming, a shit ton of outgoing, and just live the whole game. And then there's people who are running hybrid who would get a few thousand HP out of it, and it wasn't like they were abusing it or anything. They were literally just playing it regularly. And so there's just become this problem now where it's just I feel like there's so many people who kind of just abuse it and don't, use it properly, and instead opt out for a more, oh my god, that's 1600. Dude, are you actually kidding me? I regret watching this match, man. Come on, bro. I feel like there's a situation where, there's no way to make healing, usable without making it OP, if that makes sense. We're struggling so hard to find that cusp of the perfect healing amount. Nobody will complain about it, but nobody will want it to get buffed. You know what I mean? Because right now there's certain gear sets where you can get like 23 outgoing and 23 incoming on certain pieces, or 23 outgoing on one piece in general, and that's an insane amount of healing. I mean, people can make insane, builds involving damage and get ridiculous, stats on each piece of the gear, and honestly get some ridiculous value out of it, So I feel like there's a situation where I feel like we need either some sort of limiter, some sort of some sort of cap or something, because no incoming is not cutting, and that's just making healing outright unusable and bad. But I want to see healing be able to be used in a hybrid way. Like, for example, let's say someone hits you, they're like at no pips and they don't really have any moves and they shield. Oh, I'm just gonna Satyr, get that a little bit, heal out a little bit of that back, and then out trade you after I give you like some damage out of the Satyr. You know what I mean? So I wish there was a way for like at low pips for lives to capitalize on their ability to be able to heal. Because right now, unfortunately, Luminous Weaver and Caddy spam is just not, it's not really fitting the whole life aesthetic. It's just not. But overall, I think Chaos should do some testing to find out how good healing can get without making it broken. Because don't get me wrong, I hate playing against heal spamming lives, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I kind of would like to see some more different playstyles get put into the game, because I feel like there's a situation right now we're dealing with where like we're only seeing life play Lumi and Caddy spam, and that's just kind of lame. I really wish they had their own potential to bring back healing, and that they could use that facet of their kit to be better as a school. And overall, I do think defensive gameplay should be rewarded just as much as offensive gameplay. I feel like there's a lot of skill that comes from playing smart as a life, knowing when to heal, knowing when to play defensively, knowing when to play offensively, and that should be rewarded just as much as offensive strategies are right now. I just kind of want to make a video. After making a video like previously about the Merciless gear, I did want to make a video kind of promoting defensive play as well, because I do like the idea of having, let's say, a school having that option to heal or do whatever they want with that kind of thing, and overall just having that freedom, you know what I mean? So thank you guys so much for watching the video. I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching my commentary videos, and just supporting my channel overall. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and peace out.